So welcome once again to a video street video. We're starting today not on the city streets but down by the river, and this section here where there's a beach. You can see how sandy it is underfoot, and the city have created a small beach area even though there's no swimming in the river. Got some showers there which will be switched on during the summer. And we're following the path here at pretty much at river level itself. As I said before in the first part of the video, popular with people jogging and cycling, and you can also see here someone who set up a fishing rod. So particularly at the weekends it's popular with people who come and enjoy fishing in the river. You can see the buildings high above us. It's just so peaceful, away from the hustle and bustle of the city centre itself. Most of the noise coming from the river itself as it flows over the various weirs. Things are looking lush and green at the moment, so still benefiting from the rain that we had in the winter. At some point it will dry out as the day temperatures get into the 30s and 40s and there's very little rain. It's remarkable how the trees themselves survive. So we're probably about halfway round the route that runs between the two bridges, so the Alcantara bridges. Just 15 minutes behind us, and we'll carry on the route towards Bridge of St Martin. Even on a cloudy day it's quite warm at the moment. When we get round the corner we'll go through an area that's almost like a mini woodland. There are so many trees there, and the breeze and the shade are very welcome. But for the most part this route has been quite level and flat, so I'm not quite as out of breath as I am on some of the other routes. There's a section of old tower there that's been repaired recently. And there are the remains of some parts of what was perhaps a bridge going across the river here. It certainly looks like the foundations of a river crossing. so nice to hear the sound of the rushing water. So the paved walkway is finished and we're now onto a more sandy gravel track. The rocks on the far side are very popular for rock climbing. In fact, there's someone there just now going up the boulders at the far left. Another bit here that looks quite sandy, although we're a bit higher up than the river level at the moment. The river itself is 1 or 2 or more metres lower than it should be, because one of the weirs that's close to the Puente de San Martín has got a gap where the structure's broken and the river just rushes through the lowest point. You can see it ahead of us there. I hope they repair that at some point so that you get a bit more volume in the middle section of the river here as it goes round the city. The trees and plants are doing very well here at the moment. Lots of new green shoots. Looking up to the rocks above, some of them do look a bit precarious, especially when you've got big trees and shrubs growing in the cracks in the rocks. There's a good view of the bridge ahead. They've put some wooden boardwalks across the sections that were a bit more of a scramble in the past, so it's made it a bit easier. It's so peaceful. And to think we're just 10 minutes walk really from the cathedral square. It's one of the things that I love most about the city of Toledo, is that if you want to be in the hustle and bustle, you can enjoy that in the city streets, and if you want to escape to what's almost like the countryside, we're just going over a column of ants here. If you want to escape for a few moments or for an afternoon, just 10 minutes and it feels like you're in the countryside here. We've got pine trees on this steep slope above us, and wow, look at those tall flower spikes from the succulent plants. Very impressive. this next section is what really feels like you're walking through a woodland. So we're just about arriving at where the broken weir is, and the water's going through just one side of it rather than over the top. And what I'm going to try and do is climb up the steep hillside so that we get a view back towards the St Martin's Bridge. You'll see it here through the gap where we're at river level itself, but we'll climb up steeply, and it really is steep, I would say. Not sure what the gradient is, but it's almost 1 in 1. For every metre going forwards, we're going and climbing up a metre. They're very impressive gate towers at either end of the bridge. One on the far side there and the other one here. So this really is the best view of the bridge when you're out to one side of it rather than on it itself. You'll see how quickly we've, in a couple of minutes, climbed above the river level. Before I get too out of breath, I'll see if I can make it to the shade of these pine trees. It's already a little bit noisier as we get closer to the houses again. I'll try and avoid the stinging nettles and finish the video here, looking out across the bridge. In fact, on the bridge at the moment, I think it's the school children from the local school going across to catch the bus back to the villages. So thanks for watching, and if you're interested in seeing some other bits of Toledo on other walking routes, then press the channel button and you'll see a selection of videos there. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.